Guys, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be getting ready again, and instead of using my Sephora VIB recommendations, I'm going to be using a lot of the stuff that I hauled during the event. Now, if I get this video up when I want to get it up, you should still have a few days to shop the event. So maybe you'll get some ideas. I don't know, but I'm going to show you what I got, how I use what I got, if there's any kind of thoughts that I have so far on these products, I will let you know. A couple of them are going to be first impressions. A couple of them I've only used once. You get the gist. Let's just get started. As always, I have done my brows, primed my eyes, and put a spot of corrector on my very dark under eyes. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull my hair back because I have a feeling it's going to be one of those days. I'm going to start with complexion, and I am going to be using the Dior Air Flash Spray Foundation. This is not the first time I have had this, but my old bottle expired probably about like halfway full. And when I say expired, I had had it for over 2 years. I don't necessarily go by the, however many months they say something lasts. I typically tend to give my foundations about 2 years unless they start smelling kind of off. This bottle that I had had before, I had had for over that. So it was time to hit the trash. I had told myself, and I mentioned in my haul, that I need to stop saving things for special events, especially now, because like, what kind of special event is there happening right now? Not very many. So I'm just going to use what I like because I like it when I want it, and it's not going to go to waste. So I repurchased this. I'm in the color 3N. You really need to shake this up. There are many different ways you can use this foundation, and I feel like everybody has a way that they are most comfortable with. I personally don't think anybody needs to spray this directly onto the face. You are just going to be wasting too much precious, expensive product. I like to spray it on my hand first, preferably away from the white sweatshirt, which is probably not a good idea, and use it from there. So I will put it on the brush from my hand and kind of stipple it in the skin. Now you can also spray it directly on your brush and do it. It's kind of a personal preference. It's whatever you want, really. So there's that side of the face. I have a spot right here. My self-tan is patching off, so sorry. And then I had enough for my forehead, but it can give you kind of an idea of the finish as well as the coverage. I feel like it's a good strong medium coverage foundation. I am gonna have to spray a little bit more on my hand for the other side. So there's really no way of me telling you how much I use to get this coverage, because it's obviously not in like a pump where I can say, oh, one pump will cover your entire face. It's just gonna have to be something that you kind of get used to. I feel like I have always had good luck with a lot of longevity with this foundation. I have a colleague / friend makeup artist that pretty much solely uses this foundation in her kit and has always talked about how much she loves the longevity, and I feel the same way. Like, I feel like it lasts a long time. It's very, very pretty on the skin. Very happy that I repurchased this, and I'm just going to use it. I'm going to use it. I'm not saving it. I'm going to use this because I like it. I did not buy a new concealer. Sale's not over yet, and there's one I'm kind of thinking about, but right now I'm just going to use the Lancome Maki Complete Concealer. This is in the color 250 Bisque, and I'm just going to apply it like I do every other concealer. This is probably one of the newer ones to my collection, but I have enjoyed it. It's not the most high coverage. I would say it's more of a medium, light to medium coverage. I don't find I get full coverage by any means. I have other concealers where I get a lot more coverage, but that's okay. I mean, that corrector helps cover some of the darkness. So, I mean, I'm happy with that. And again, that's in the color 250 Bisque. So I have one more cream product that is new that I have only swatched and not tried on the face. This is the Tower 28 Beach Please Magic Hour Blush. Now, when I recommended the Tower 28 bronzer, cream bronzer, and then I also used it in my last Get Ready With Me, and when I used it like a few weeks ago on Instagram, so many of y'all messaged me and said, you've got to get Magic Hour. You would love it. It's right up your alley. You've got to get it. You got to get it. So I got it. So I'm just going to use my favorite brush for cream blush, always can't say that correctly, is highly saturated with a cream highlighter that I used yesterday, and no matter how much I try to spray clean it, I can't seem to get it out. So I'm using the It Cosmetics number 7 dual ended brush to apply this, and so far so good. I love how well y'all know me. When you say you're gonna like something, you are right, because I flipping love that. They have 3 colors. I feel like when I ordered Magic Hour, maybe one of the other colors was sold out. I need to double check, but man, that's pretty. And it's a lip tint too. Like, all cream blushes can be used on the lips as well, but I have another lip product I'm gonna use today, but ooh, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, let's go into the eyes. I got the Dior Quint in Mitza, and I had this on in my haul video. I'm gonna do a very similar look to the one that I had on in my haul video. Maybe add a couple of more things just to try to use as many of these colors as possible. But as you can see, it's like a very pretty bronze, burgundy, brown, gorgeous quint, not quad. I have 2 other of the quints from Dior. I have Nude Dress, which is a very pretty, very soft, neutral, everyday color wearable palette. And then I also have Rose Trafalgar, which I don't think they have on the Sephora site, but I would have to say this might be, well, this and Mitza are going to be my favorite, but this is like obviously more rosy tones, hence the name. So those are the 2 that I had before I purchased Mitza. I'm gonna take my Refer number 15 brush, and I'm gonna go into this middle color right here, and I'm going to use that in my crease. This color is more of a satin. It definitely has no shimmer to it whatsoever, but it's also not a flat matte. And if you know me, like have watched any of my tutorials in the past, you probably know that this color right here is one of my very favorite colors for eyeshadow. This and peach, like right up my alley. I love it so much. I feel like it goes well with blue eyes. I mean, it goes well with brown eyes too. And green eyes. This is like just an all over amazing color. And as you can see, it is highly pigmented. So I am laying it down and blending it out with this brush. But then I'm gonna go back in with a clean brush and blend those edges. I do want this to be a more blown out look, so I am taking it up higher than I sometimes take other crease colors, but you can see how easily that is blending out. Oh, it's just so gorgeous. Then I'm gonna take my Refer number 2 brush, and I'm gonna go into this bronzy, peachy, coppery color, which does have more of a sheen to it. Again, I wouldn't call it metallic by any means, but it's definitely not flat, and it's more than just a satin. And I'm gonna pack this onto my lid. These 2 colors are what I had on in my haul video. This is all I did, and I smoked out that burgundy color underneath the eye and called it a day. And I just feel like this is a very well thought out color combination palette. I feel like when I linked it in my last video, it may have been sold out, but I'm hoping they bring it back before the sale ends, because I just feel like it's going to make a lot of really pretty looks. Having only 5 colors, sometimes I'm like, I can only get a couple of looks out of it, but I feel like you can get lots of really pretty looks out of this. I'm gonna go into this plum. It's a brown, but it has a plum undertone. And I'm gonna take the Sephora number 18 brush, which I honestly should have talked about in my recommendations video, because I love this brush for this purpose. And I haven't used this color yet, so I'm just kind of playing with it. I'm gonna see how it lays down as a smoky eyeliner. This color in particular is a little more powdery. It's really the only true matte in the palette, and so it's kicking up a little bit more powder, but it's nothing that I can't handle, and I actually really like that color. Now, just to say we used 4 out of the 5 colors, I'm gonna take a little bit of this gold color right here, which is more of like a kind of topper color. It's not super opaque, and just kind of put it right on the center of the lid, just for a little bit of a pop. I just set my under eyes with the Pat McGrath powder, and I'm going to use my Shiseido powder that I talked about in my recommendations video to set my face. And I figured since I also talked about this brush in my recommendations video, I would use that as well, the La Mer powder brush. I talked about the only con in this powder being its packaging to me. It has this mesh top, which yes, helps the product from not spilling everywhere, but it also makes it a little bit harder to pick up in my opinion. But I got a good amount on the brush and I'm just gonna tap it lightly into the skin. I don't feel like the Dior needs a ton of setting, like it's not sticky or tacky. Feels like I feel like it dries down really well. So I just wanna do a light set over the face to where you can still see that blush color. And then I'm gonna use the Gucci bronzer that I hauled. This is in the color number 3, and I'm using my Refer number 22 brush. And even though my hair is up, I still have to act like I'm holding it back. This is something I just can't teach myself not to do when I'm applying bronzer. I'm gonna be a little bit careful on the cheeks because I don't wanna cover that blush up too much. It's hard for me to see whether or not I'm doing that in the viewfinder. And highlight. I didn't get a new highlight. So I'm just going to use one of my favorites that I feel like goes along well with the eye look because it has this peachy undertone. And it is the Becca Champagne Pop, which honestly, if you look at my collection, is the only highlight that I have hit pan on. And I've hit Serious Pan on this. It's because I love a peachy highlight. I mean, it's just my favorite. So if y'all have a peachy highlight that you love, that maybe you think I haven't tried, please let me know because my favorites that have that undertone right now are the Clinique one, the Flower Pop that I talked about in my recommendations video, this one, and the Lancome Absolute Pesh highlight. If you have any other peach undertones that you think I would like, please let me know. And then of course, I'm gonna go in with my Radiant Light from Hourglass to do a final buff over the skin. I will link this brush. It comes in a set. It's not from Sephora, but I will link it down below. It just gets rid of any harsh lines, blends everything really nicely together. Love it so much. Now, let's go ahead and finish up the eyes. This is not Sephora, but I have to talk about it because I'm going to use one of the brushes from in this set. This is the new Refer Holiday Collection set. They came out with 3 new brushes. I just received them like 2 days ago, and I'm so excited about them. It comes with number 23, which has to be, other than my Delium Tools eyeliner brush, which this isn't an eyeliner brush, it's a pencil brush, the smallest detail brush that I own. We're gonna use that in just a second. Fabulous. Number 24, which is more of a denser brush. I honestly think this will be a nice foundation brush. So I'm going to try that. I haven't tried this one out yet, but I'm going to try it with a foundation. And then this is number 25, which is an upgraded renovation per se on their previous number 11 brush. And this is their powder brush. You can see I've used it. Oh my goodness. It's glorious. So anyways, because I'm using 23, I want to talk about this. If you use my link down below, you will get $100 off of this set. So it will make it $116 for the entire set through the 8th of November, I believe. So just a couple of more days, but the brushes will be available all the time. It's just that it's going to be $100 off for a few more days. But I'm going to take this 23 brush and I'm going to go into that like plum color that we used as an eyeliner. And I'm going to take it a little bit. I mean, y'all, this brush is magnificent. I'm going to connect it with this outer corner, bring it just a little bit under the eye on both sides. Obviously, we want it to. And then I'm going to take the Refer 14 in that middle color that we used in the crease and blend that out. Love this palette so much. And just for comparison's sake, this is the Refer number 3 right here, and then the Refer 23. So you can see how much smaller even the 23 is than their pencil brush. I'm going to be completely honest, and the mascara that I used, I did not purchase at Sephora. It came in a set that I got at Ulta, but it is available on Sephora, and I wanted to talk about it. It's the Bare Minerals Strength and Length Serum Infused Mascara. So this is the baby version, and so that's the mascara. Very pretty. Now the only thing left to do is lips, and I got the Tower 28 Shine On Lip Jelly in Oat. Another suggestion from a few of y'all that messaged me on Instagram saying, I would love this. And again, you know me well. This is, I mean, it's just a very pretty, milky pink, very shiny, moisturizing gloss jelly type of thing. Oh, I love how shiny it is. Yes. Okay, fabulous. Last thing I'm gonna do is perfume, and I can't stop wearing the Black Opium YSL Intense perfume that I hauled. Somebody asked me how this is different from the original Black Opium, and it's really hard for me to compare them, but I do feel like this one's a little bit smoother, and I feel like if I had to choose, I honestly would pick this one. I still love this one, don't get me wrong, but I do feel like they're different enough for me to justify owning them. I don't want to say yay or nay for y'all because I feel like perfume's such a personal thing, but I'm very glad I got this one, let me just say. And that completes the look using some of my new goodies from Sephora. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you want any other information about any of these products, let me know. I will leave them all linked as usual down in the description box. Again, I do use affiliate links. You don't have to use them, but they help me out if you do, and I appreciate it. Be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. I hope you're all staying happy, healthy, safe, and sane, and that you go out and have a very blessed